Welcome already to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020. As you can see, it's time for Bash at the Beach. But first, before we get to that, it's time to go over the awards for this week. Basically, these are the mid-year awards. These are this set, and then there'll be 3 more for the next video for next week, and then that'll be it. But for awards overall, we have for this, what you'll see today is Face of the Year, which is going to be Ken Anderson, who of course has been our top, sort of one of the top a-hole baby faces over Nitro all year. Kurt Angle, who's been Kurt Angle ever since he debuted on the first show in 2006, fighting with the Thrillers basically for most of the year. Paul London and Jack Evans, who has been a very good baby face tag team, so they began teaming up against the Thrillers. The Truth, who of course was in Long War with the Nest, got turned on by Brother Ray, and Trish Sky, who's sort of been still the top women's baby face even with Alexander as a champion. So there you go. On Wednesday, it's going to be the heel of the year, which is going to be Alex Wright, who of course had the big feud with Goldberg, going after him. Then the current feud with Ken Anderson has basically been sort of his top technical heel on Nitro. Chuck Palumbo, who's been Chuck Palumbo, leader of the Thrillers, big old badasses, claiming to run Revolution all year. Nikita Kalt, who was women's champion for most of the year. I would have put Penny Grable in this spot, but she didn't show up till later in the year. Lizzie Dumas was injured for part of the year, so there's that. Ninkio, who I'm putting here basically as a spot for, because Kaz didn't turn into a singles wrestler till basically after her assault back in May. So, sort of Kaz and Yang as heel tag team on Keebler, and Raven, of course, has been leaders of Raven's Nest. And then we got the stable of the year, which will be thing up on Friday, which has Captivation, European Deuce Union, our 2 women's stables, the Nest, who of course been doing all sorts of weird and fun stuff over on Nitro, and the Thrillers, who have been running things over on Revolution. As far as awards still up, let's pull that up real quick. Currently, match of the year, AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero, and Brother Ray versus Eddie Guerrero is in a tough match. AJ Styles versus Cass getting some votes. The Sunset Death Match and the Aerial Assault 3 still doesn't have any votes, but still plenty of time for that to figure itself out. Mid-year awards, Super Brawl is leading things, then Sacrifice, Wrestle War, Great McBash, Slavery, still pretty close though. Feud of the year, looks like RJ versus Van Dam is going to pull that out, but anybody think the Mesias Monty Brown match, the basically our version of Dusty Rhodes and Friends versus the Horsemen and Revolution Champions versus Thrillers, or just Sky versus Captivation is your feud of the year. Go and vote for that. Tag of the year, Booker T and Shelton are leading, but Legendary, Ray and Sydal, the 2 teams in our tag team title match, and of course in KO and Social Scene are also all possibilities to vote for. With the rest of the year, again, Gail Kim is leading, Kalt, Trish Sky, Alexander all votes. Miller for the year, AJ is pretty much leading, but hey, maybe you think Brother Ray had the best year, or Angle, or RVD. But yeah, this is just, up until basically the end of June. But let's get rolling with the actual show itself. And the pay-per-view starts with our opening video, of course, focusing on, the big Palumbo Angle rematch, RVD versus Mesias, the tag title match, and, Styles versus Monty Brown, and everything else. SS gets an 81. As we move on to our first match of the show. Our opening match is for the United States title as Shelton Benjamin tries to take the title off of Leppan. Of course, Leppan has been busy over Nitro feuding with Maverick Chance, while Shelton Benjamin did have just lost the tag titles back at Slamboree, has been focused, in a little mini feud with Rob Van Dam, then he won a 4-way on Nitro, on the Last Revolution to earn the title shot. Leppan attacked him, and this match is basically what you expect, sort of high impact, lots of moves, a little bit of psychology. Things got a little sloppy in the middle here, but, Leppan tries to use his power, it's a big clothesline, goes for the Bulldog, picks him for Samoan Driver early, gets a 2 count, continues to work on his back and neck, actually hits a big lariat early, but Benjamin fights back with his own moves, throws Leppan into the corner, hits this big stinger splash, big belly, lots of suplexes, belly to back suplex, sends him outside, hits a diving clothesline to the outside, back inside, Leppan takes advantage, sends him into the inside, goes for a snap mirror driver, gets a near fall off of that, picks him up for a snap suplex, and then locks on a modified hammerlock into a sort of going for a body scissors, but Benjamin powers out, turns that into a suplex of his own, gets a big, sends Leppan into the corner. Leppan moves out of the way, hits a big Bulldog coming out of it, hits a swinging fisherman suplex for a near fall, picks him up for a hits another big lariat, actually goes up to the second rope, but as he comes off with the tornado DDT, Benjamin catches him into a sit-down powerbomb for a big near fall. Benjamin comes back, hits a big suplex, T-bone suplex for a near fall, 1-2. Leppan puts his foot on the ropes. Benjamin sets up for a pay dirt, but Leppan blocks it, turns into a DDT, sets him up into a inverted key lock right in the middle of the ring. Again, Benjamin barely gets to the ropes. But, Leppan continues to work on him. Leppan goes for his international incident, which is a hangman's face buster, but Benjamin blocks it, turns into a Northern Light suplex for a near fall. Back and forth. They go at each other for another couple minutes. Benjamin hits a big super kick, then hits the T-bone suplex, and then picks him up. Pay dirt. 1, 2, 3. Shelton Benjamin is your new United States champion. Unfortunately, we rolled badly on site because I did let these guys. No, I didn't. Okay, huh? I thought Okay, so they just had a bad psychology rating. Interesting. So I got 87 and a 90. I thought I told them to call it a ring, but I guess not. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I just got distracted by that. Anyway, Leppan gets an 87, Benjamin gets a 90, only gets 75 because he rolled badly on psych and color commentary. But so I've just assumed sort of like our commentators got lost in the moves there. But big move as Shelton Benjamin wins the US title here at Bash at the Beach. And Benjamin celebrates with the US title to a 69. And next up is another big match in the last couple of weeks. Of course, Hardy stood up along with Kurt Angle to take on the Thrillers. And this match was basically signed as a result of this. Plus, the Thrillers have been teaming up recently and want to rise up in the tag team ranks. And what's a better way than win over a multiple-time tag team champions in various promotions, including WWF and WCW and the Hardys. Hardys have sort of been on a backseat since losing to Legendary as they earned the number one contendership match. But they're trying to get back on their feet here as they try to stand up to the Thrillers, and match is sort of what you expect here. O'Haire and Jindrak, Hardy and both Hardys get a bunch of quick moves right in the beginning. Matt Hardy gets on offense first, hitting a big inverted DDT, hitting Russian leg sweeps, hitting with the big sort of like diving elbow drop on Jindrak. But he picks him up. Jindrak powers out, hits him, big brawling, hits a big boot, suplex, throws him around with a couple, ugly suplexes, tags on O'Haire, who goes to work on Matt Hardy. Some big, kicks by O'Haire, sends him into the corner, then multiple knee lefts in the corner, sends him out with a throw, big boot, hits him with a big power slam, and then hits him with a big short arm clothesline, and sort of picks him derisively, but O'Haire turns that into, but Matt Hardy turns that into a prayer for a near fall, hits a big sort of sit out jawbreaker out of nowhere, and then hits a big diving tag into Jeff Hardy, who comes in House of Fire, big old brawl. Hardy goes right on offense, sends him to the outside, hits the big plancha, then sends him into the barricade, goes to the ring apron, dives off with a big leg drop. Jindrak gets involved, but that leaves Hardy to come in, and there's a big old tag team brawl on the outside. O'Haire reverses a whip by Hardy, sends him into the ringside barrier. O'Haire sends him back inside on another big boot, picks him up, DDT, hits a big clothesline again, slowly sends him down, knee drop, leg drop, just slowly working on Hardy, picks him up, big suplex, hits another sort of roundhouse kick as Hardy gets up, sends him into the corner. Hardy stumbles out, big power slam, big boot, sets up for the Widowmaker. O'Haire picks him up. Hardy turns it into a modified twist of fate. Slowly gets up, hits him into as O'Haire slowly gets up, he rushes in, boom, big clothesline. Hardy stumbles out. O'Haire stumbles out. Hardy Jeff climbs up to the ropes, hits a rebounded corkscrew Pretton onto the standing opponent. Whisper on the win, hits the near fall. Tags in Matt. Matt comes in. They hit a big double team move on O'Haire. But then as Matt, Matt actually hits a side effect for near fall. He sets it for the twist of fate. O'Haire sends him through the corner. Big belly back suplex. Jindrak gets tagged back in. Big old double team on Matt Hardy. Jindrak gets a near fall with the crucifix neck breaker. Sets him up for the mark of excellence, but Matt Hardy gets out of it. Tags in Jeff, who then tags in Sean O'Haire. Big old brawl to end things. 4-way. Eventually, Jeff, Matt Hardy hits the big twist of fate on a Sean O'Haire. Jeff Hardy goes for the Swanton Bomb. 1, 2. Jindrak breaks it up the last possible second. Things break down again. O'Haire nails Jeff from behind, sends him to the corner. Big boot, power slam, Widowmaker. 1, 2, 3. O'Haire and Jindrak pick up the win here mostly cleanly over the Hardys. 84. Jindrak gets a 64. O'Haire gets a 71. Hardy gets an 81. Jeff gets a 96. They don't work well as a team. I might actually change that and then turnover just because like they did team fine in real life. So like yeah, I might have to like mess with that. But yeah, big win for O'Haire and Jindrak here over the Hardys. Of course, O'Haire's a former world champion, so big win by him to get back on track. And then post match, Hardy's on the outside, so a chair gets dragged in. O'Haire picks him up. O'Haire picks Jeff up. Widowmaker on the chair, and then another one to totally lay him out as the crowd boos and the deserters leave. Successful here at Bash at the Beach. Now we have a big women's match between two former women's champions. Of course, Gail Kim has wanted to get back to the top and prove she still had been in charge from Nikita Kalt, who recently lost the women's championship to Alyssa Alexander back in April. Want to prove, she's still the leader of the, heel side as far as women's go. And this match, quickly becomes a fight, but early on it's a technical battle with Kalt trying to take her takedown and lock and holds. Gail can get out of it, playing into her own moves with the body scissors into a dragon sleeper, then into a guillotine choke, but Kalt gets out of it. Kalt takes her down into a bow and arrow stretch. Kim gets out of that, so, Kalt, just goes to the more brutality, big forearms, big knees, trying to take advantage, sending her into the corner. Big running knee into the corner on Kim, picks her up with a, throws her out with a sort of like basically with a Northern Light suplex, no bridge. But as she picks her up for a backbreaker, one of her patent ones. Kim blocks it, turns into a jawbreaker, hits a DDT, hits a springboard drop kick, hits a springboard senton, goes to the ropes. Rope ate her Karana, but Kalt turns that into a backbreaker for a near fall, picks her up for another one, and then another one, but that still gets a near fall. So she locks in a modified camel clutch. Kim eventually slowly gets to the ropes and gets to the ropes, but after she grabs it, Kalt continues the assault. Kalt picks her up for a suplex. Kim falls out of the back into a roll up, near fall, hits a big drop kick, then hits a big double knee. It's a double knee face breaker. Then slides that into a modified key lock, but Kalt's too close to the ropes, so she picks her up into a straitjacket neckbreaker slam, also called a happy ending, but we're probably needing a better name for that, for a near fall of her own. Big pop for that. Kim then picks her up for an air raid crash, Kalt, elbows out of it, rolls into a DDT, then picks her up, Samoan drop, picks her up again, icebreaker, rolls into another one, icebreaker, rolls into another one, icebreaker, backbreaker, and then, actually locks on another bow and arrow, and then goes back for the crossface, and Kim, is trapped in the hold, but she barely, slowly gets to the ropes, and just barely gets to it, but, Kim goes for, continues the assault, but Kalt picks her up for one more time. Kim rolls into it, big drop kick, sends her into the outside, big plancha on the outside, hits her with a running knee, and then goes off the ring apron, tornado DDT onto the floor, sends Kalt back in. Kalt slowly gets up, eat defeat. 1, 2, no. Kalt kicks out. Kim is surprised, picks her up again. Kalt goes for a backbreaker. Gail turns out into a La Magistral, rolls into it, hits her with another eat defeat. 1, 2, 3, and Gail Kim picks up the victory over Nikita Kalt here at Bash at the Beach. 81, really good match. Nikita Kalt gets an 80, Gail Kim gets a 77. And post-match, Gail Kim celebrates to a 68. And there you go, fun stuff here at Bash at the Beach. Then we're up to another big match, which has an interesting background because both men are, of course, looking for revenge of their own type. Of course, Don Frye came in as a big signing at the beginning of 2005. Then in late 2005, as part of a 10-man tag, he got injured and was out for 6 months. And thinks Kanyon is responsible with that. Then Kanyon, of course, was attacked by the Throws, taken out, and then when he had his big match at Palumbo at Revolution, Don Frye made his return, and, basically KO'd him, allowing Palumbo to get the win over Kanyon. So both men want revenge on each other. That means right from the start, this match is a big old brawl. It's a bit sloppy, it's a bit awkward because they don't click, but both men just go the crap after each other. So, this is not fancy. There's not a lot of moves here. There's just two guys beating the crap out of each other for the first couple of minutes. Frye gets the initial advantage, tries to lock in some holds, but Kanyon gets out of it, does his own like sort of like wrestling versus MMA style stuff. Frye takes him down again. Frye hits him with a sort of like sloppy suplex. Tries to lock in an armbar. Kanyon gets out of it, locks in his own sort of like sort of hammerlock, and then tries to pull up Frye for a electric chair. But Frye sort of like basically punches out of it. Frye gets back on offense with a few other big punches. Eventually, he tries to lock in a guillotine choke, but Kanyon turns that into a Samoan drop. Kanyon goes for a quick Kanyon cutter, but Frye pushes him off, hits a couple big punches that leave him woozy. He goes for another big KO, but Kanyon is able to duck under and pull him into a big flatliner for a near fall. Frye's woozy after that, so Kanyon goes for the kill with a Kanyon cutter, but Frye's ready for him, turns that into a triangle, but Kanyon powers out of it, hits a couple big power bombs and knock Frye loose. Big old brawl. Again, things supposed to be outside. They go after each other on the outside. Frye actually takes advantage, but Kanyon is able to get out of a big sort of like running attack. Frye goes right into the steps. Kanyon sends him back inside. Hits a big super kick. Sets him up. Kanyon cutter. No. Frye goes for another lock. Kanyon avoids it. Moves out of it. Boom. Kanyon cutter. 1, 2, 3. And in a little over 10 minutes, Kanyon gets the victory here at Bash at the Beach. This gets an 82. Kanyon gets an 84. Frye only gets a 60. 10 minutes, 82. Not bad. Frye was off his game. They didn't seem to click, but still 82 was really good. And Kanyon celebrated to a 74. So there we go. Big win for Kanyon here. It's time for another title match as European New team of Wesena Busic and Maulie Mayhem defend the title against Blonde Ambition of Angel Fox and Natty Neidhart. Of course, the Blonde Ambition won the title match against the champions by defeating the former champions of Social Scene on Revolution, and they're looking to take the tag titles off Mayhem Busic. And, this match is sort of what you expect. Like, actually, a pretty good match here. Surprisingly good. Helped out that all the women are a little more popular still in the Southwest because that's where our dev fed is, especially, like, the less over women, but still very good stuff here. Just sort of like a fight right from the start. Busic using her technical stuff early on to keep both women grounded. Angel Fox fights out first, is able to get out of a move with a jawbreaker, hits a big sort of like springboard drop kick, hits a sort of like feet enziguri, hits a quick little hurricanrana on Busic. Busic, though, as she goes for a crossbody, Busic turns that into a power slam, tags with Mayhem, who goes offense with some power moves, like just like big old crunching, forearms, knees, a big throw, a big slam, dropping the elbow on Angel Fox, picking her up for a big gut wrench power bomb. Angel Fox blocks it, hits gets out of it, turns into a takedown, hits a quick little bicycle kick for a near fall, tags in that Natty Neidhart. And Natty goes to work on Busic, who on Mayhem, does some technical stuff because she's Heart. But eventually hits a big German suplex for a near fall. Hits the Russian leg sweep and the big elbow from the second rope to a pop. Goes for the sharpshooter. Mayhem sort of scratches his eye out. Tags in Busic, who goes to work on Natty. Natty gets taken down. Busic goes for a big goes for a couple of big submission moves, but Natty gets out of it. Natty fights out. Powers in Angel Fox. Angel Fox comes in House of Fire, hits a big spear on Busic for a near fall. Goes for her Angel Snap, which is a sort of lifting reverse ATO. Busic nails it, but at the last moment, Mayhem comes in for the save. Things break down. Eventually, both Mayhem and Natty are the legal women. Mayhem the title belt gets involved. Mayhem drills Natty with it, picks her up, gut wrench powerbomb. Referee covers from trying to stop Angel and Busic from fighting. 1, 2, 3. Busic and Mayhem retain the women's tag titles here at Bash at the Beach. So 13 minutes, 77. Like I said, a little better than it would have been anywhere else because we're in the Southwest. Busic gets a 75. Mayhem gets a 71, which is really the big difference. Anywhere else, she probably would get about like 60s. Fox gets a 78. Natty gets a 55. She's not really helped because she was really never in dev fed. And then Mayhem Busic celebrate with the belts to a 67. And next up, we got a big match here. Of course, Judas Mesias returned after the Sunday Death match to come after Rob Van Dam as he was taking it to Shelton Benjamin. And Van Dam claims he's not afraid of, the spooky guy like Judas Mesias, and Mesias has been Mesias. And this match starts out with a fight right away as soon as, Rob Van Dam's in the ring waiting for Mesias as he comes down to ringside. And it's a big old plancha to start things out. And it's a big old fight right from the start. Like, this is not going to be a 5-star Van Dam classic. This is going to be an old school history match as Van Dam sends it into the ring apron. Hits a big bunch of kicks on Mesias, sending him up the ramp. Mesias fights back with his own punches. Things are off the top of the ramp early as the ref decided to keep this loose and not really count both men out. Mesias, though, takes advantage, sends RVD into the stage rigging with a big crunch, picks him up, goes for a chokeslam, but Van Dam blocks it, goes low. Van Dam hits a leg sweep of his own, hits a big rolling thunder on the stage, and then, sort of picks up Mesias and sends him back down. Mesias fights back. We're brawling down to the back. Mesias takes back advantage, sends RVD into the ring post, and then as he stumbles out, Mesias hits him with a big boot. Mesias sends him inside, goes for another press slam. Van Dam slips out of it, sends him into the corner. Big bulldog. He immediately hits a split-legged moonsault for a near fall. Then goes back to work with the punches and the kicks. As Mesias slowly gets up, Van Dam waylays him with the whole list of moves. We got with the whole list of kicks. We got a roundhouse kick, a savate kick, a spinning savate kick, a big sort of like running kick, and Mesias sort of waves it all off. He then goes for a springboard moonsault. Mesias catches him, fall away slam. Rob Van Dam rolls out. Mesias follows him. The fight is back on. We get a chair involved. We get a random kendo stick below everything below. We got a big old fight. We got Van Dam taking advantage, going low, and hitting a hot shot on Mesias on the ring apron. Then Rob Van Dam steals, goes to the ring apron, hits a big leg drop from the outside onto the ringside barrier on Mesias. Sets up a table. Sets Mesias up, goes to the outside, big old plancha, and then Mesias rolls out of the way and Van Dam crunches himself through the table, and to a big pop, Mesias takes advantage with the big old brawl, sends him into the, over the announce table, sends it back inside, and then Mesias goes for the chokeslam, but Paul Heyman grabs his leg, and Mesias looks at him, and the crowd reacts because they know Heyman is about to die. Mesias goes after him. That allows Rob Van Dam to come down with a sort of, diving plancha on Mesias. RVD, Mesias is back down. And then, we get a big old fight back up to the top as, Mesias and RVD are back up the top of the ramp. And, RVD chases after him. Mesias goes for another chokeslam, but RVD blocks it, hits a low blow, and then sends Mesias off the stage through some lightly placed, stuff that sure looks like it was a crash pad. Mesias is slow to get up as RVD goes to the ring and demands the ref count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crowd pops as Mesias is up. He gets up back up to the top of the ramp. And, the ref stops the count as it's obvious, Mesias going down. Van Dam yells at him, but, he basically tells him, you said you wanted to relax rules. RVD goes for another big corkscrew dive, but Mesias grabs him, press slam, boom, onto the floor. Van Dam takes a big bump. But as he gets inside, Heyman, distracts him again. Mesias goozes him by the neck, but, RVD rolls in with a chair, throws a chair at him. Van Dam Mater. Mesias no-sold it. Uh-oh. Van Dam goes, Mesias goes to the, Van Dam goes out to the outside, rolls through, and comes back outside with, by God, a barbed wire bat. The ref tries to stop him, but, Van Dam comes in, Mesias blocks it, Mesias grabs it, snaps it over his knees, which means it was probably gimmicked, and then he, another table was set up earlier, so Mesias grabs him, choke slam from the ring to the outside, through the table. He picks him back in, crucifix powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. Mesias gets the win over Rob Van Dam here at Bash at the Beach. And unfortunately, Van Dam got damaged Achilles tendon, which is great. I hope it's a short-term thing. Anyway, 80, Van Dam gets a 90, Mesias gets a 78. And then Mesias stands tall to a 66. Yeah, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen and really hope nothing that bad happened with it, honestly. And we get a little segment here as we have Kanyon Sharp doing his Enlightenment retreat here by the shore of San Diego, and he's doing his usual talk about being Agent Lightman, moving on and all that, and weirdly his crowd seems to be all women. Weird how cults seem to be like that a lot. Or, of course, we're not calling this a cult, because, you know, that would be biased of me, but, you know, sure looks like a cult. But, you know, suddenly we cut to the outside where Booker T has arrived as Sharmell is trying to stop him. He comes in, and, you know, Booker T just starts wrecking, you know, Sharp's equipment, as, you know, Sharp continues his talk as he, like, avoids Booker T throwing stuff at him, but eventually, like, Booker T comes in, quits yelling at him, Sharp, you know, loses cool, the fight is on, and we got a big old scramble before various hotel security officers where this Enlightenment retreat is happening, comes through and breaks things up, as Booker T's like, you know, I'm going to show you what Enlightenment is, sucker, and all that good stuff, as it seems this feud must continue, as this gets an 83. Next up, we got another big match, as it's Kurt Angle versus Palumbo again. Of course, we all know how this went last time. You know, Strowman Hair turned heel, helped Angle win, and of course, helped Palumbo win. Of course, Angle has been on the War Path since then, and that's match is sort of what this is. This is Kurt Angle going right at Palumbo, from the beginning, and, you know, this is not like typical wrestler Kurt Angle. This is even not like top tier, you know, pro wrestler Kurt Angle. This is pissed off wrestling machine Angle, and Palumbo really has nothing for him from the start. Double leg takedown, suplexes, big old brawl. Palumbo goes to the outside. Angle chases after him, sends him to the corner, you know, actually goes for the Angle slam on the outside. Palumbo blocks it, actually goes on offense for the first time, sends him back inside, hits a running big boot, goes back on offense a little bit, trying to slow him down, but as he picks him up for a suplex, Angle blocks it, hits one of his own, hits another one of his own. Raven Reign tries to distract him. Angle just ignores her, goes for the Angle slam. Palumbo blocks it, turns into a DDT. Goes back on offense himself, hits a couple big moves, hits a big slam, goes up top, diving shoulder block for the pop, hits a Chuck to Lux over the head, belly to suplex, then picks him up for the thriller drop, but Angle turns that into a DDT, rolls right through into a suplex of his own, hits another one, actually goes up top after a big old German suplex for the moonsault. Raven Reign distracts him, you know, gets up to the ring apron, yells at him, allows Palumbo to come from behind, hits a second rope, belly to back suplex on Angle to a big pop, picks him up, thriller drops, scoop lifting to the Samoan drop for a near fall, picks him for the full throttle. Angle blocks it, goes back on offense. You know, Palumbo goes for it again. Angle blocks it. Palumbo just goes back on offense. Sets him in the corner, running big boot, sets him up again for the full throttle. Actually, he hits it, but Angle's too close to the ropes. Palumbo gets pissed. Angle slowly gets up. Palumbo rushes. Angle moves over. Palumbo goes to the ropes. Angle rolls through, hits a big old German suplex on the outside, sends Palumbo back in. Angle, rolls through, big old Olympic slam, boom, locks in the ankle lock, but Palumbo's just too close to the ropes after some help from Raven Reign, pushing the ropes towards him, and Angle has to let go. Angle goes to pick him up again. Palumbo goes low, goes back on offense, gets some big punches. Hits another thriller drop, picks him up, full throttle, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, no. Angle kicks out, crowd pops huge. Palumbo is pissed. Angle, Palumbo picks him for full throttle again. Angle reverses it, stands up, drops the straps. Angle slam right in the middle of the ring, locks in, ankle lock with the grapevine, and with Palumbo nowhere to go, Chick Palumbo has to tap out here at Bash at the Beach. And big one, 86. Palumbo gets a 91. Palumbo gets an 88. Angle was off his game, so got a 91. Hilarious. Bad announcing, unfortunately. So was there anything really else that hurt this? Low quality, yeah. I mean, just some inconsistency, but yeah, just the poor announcing ding. But, it is what it is. Angle celebrates to a 73. Fun stuff. Time for the Women's World Championship match, as it's all out Alexander defending against Alli Danger. Of course, Danger has been pretty successful after turning on her former quasi-mentor Gail Kim, some big wins, and basically called out Taylor, give her a title shot. Alexander instead came out, said she'd give her the title shot, and here we are. And this match is a battle of two rising women here in the sport. Alexander, of course, won the Women's Championship back in April, and Alli Danger has been rising up pretty quickly. And we're in front of a hotter crowd than usual for these two women since we're in the Southwest where our Dev Fed was. And this is just a big, this is two big strikers right away, going right after each other. Dangers gets the initial offense, some big brawling, some big, strikes, eventually hits a big single knee face buster early for a near fall, goes back on offense with some knee drops, some takedowns, a couple big suplexes, but, Alexander fights back, reversing a suplex attempt into one of her own, hitting a big belly back suplex, picking Alli Danger up for a Samoan drop, going up to the top rope, big missile drop kick for a near fall to a pop, picks her up for the kudo driver, but Alexander blocks that into an inverted DDT, hits Danger, hits Alexander with a step up Enziguri to Sharishi's kneeling, aka Shimmering Warlock for a near fall, picks her up for a sort of modified butterfly suplex that rolls into a pinfall for a near fall. Continues on offense, but Alexander fights back and forth match. Eventually, Alexander gets sent to the outside. Danger actually rolls through for the fight, but Alexander reverses a big whip by Danger into the barrier. Alexander sends her into it. Danger stumbles out. Big suplex on the floor. Sends her back inside. Actually locks in a condo clutch inverted cloverleaf, but Alli Danger is just too close to the ropes and she's able to get out of it. And then as she's letting go, Danger goes for a chop block to take Alexander down. Tries to lock her into her old hold in the ring, but Alexander gets through the ropes. Picks her up, works on her neck. Actually sets her up for a pile driver, but Alexander blocks it. Big old backdrop to a big pop. As she's getting up, big running drop kick on Danger. Alexander picks her up. Boom! Kudo driver right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Your winner. And still, Women's Championship is all that Alexander getting the win over Alli Danger in 14 minutes with the Kudo driver. Don't mention what it says here. 79, again, probably 10 points better than it should have been because we're in the Southwest. Alexander gets a 70, Alli Danger gets a 72, and post-match, the Women's Champion celebrates to a 65. It's time for our second event of the evening, as it's Mysterio Jr. and Sydal defending titles against legendary Billy Kidman and Jane Helms, of course, Kidman Helms, as they're happy to tell you have been very successful here in WCW ever since the reset, winning every type of title you can: Cruiserweight, World, US, all but, of course, the World Tag Team title, and now they've got their chance here against Ray and Sydal. And this match is exactly what you expect. Two of the better wrestlers, four of the better wrestlers on the in the company, three former world champions, and Sydal, who's a former Cruiserweight champion, a rising star. He was with Ray, and they go all out here right from the start. I mean, just, you sort of expect what's happening here. Kevin Helms, of course, are heel, but they're still heels who can do some flashy moves. But Ray Jr. gets, and Sydal are right on offense with a bunch of big, big moves. Arm drags, takedowns, drop kicks, springboards, all that good stuff on offense early. But as Sydal is in the ring with Billy Kidman, of course, Kidman takes advantage to work heel. Sydal goes for a big standing moonsault. Kidman gets his knees up, and the heel stuff is on, breaking him down. Big kicks to the neck, to the sides, slowing things down. Lock in a dragon sleeper in the middle of the ring. Sydal fights out of it, but Kidman keeps it locked on, reverses into an armbar, then just big knees to the back of the sides, keeping him down. Eventually picking up with a big suplex before attacking Shane Helms. Shane Helms comes in, big old super kick, big old running knee. Another running knee, and then picking up snap suplex, hitting with a quick Russian leg sweep for a near fall, hitting a neck breaker, face buster, all that good stuff. Just completely, taking control, picking up, yelling at Ray with a side slam backbreaker, and then setting him up, hitting a big DDT, setting it for the Nightmare on Helm Street, running knee to the back of the head, but Sydal rolls out of the way. Ray Jr. kick gets tagged in. Sydal comes in, House of Fire on Helms. Big old fight, head scissors takedown on Helms. Kidman takes in, gets it as well. Helms gets back up. Big old, drop kick. A side moonsault on the Helm for a near fall. Wheel ball, goes for a springboard bulldog. Then springboard senton for a near fall. Springboard leg drop for a near fall. Big pop for that. Sydal, Helms slowly gets up, and as Ray's picking up for another move, Helms goes low, then hits the leg sweep, then hits sends him into the corner, big clothesline, and then as he's stumbling out, hits a big northern light suplex for a near fall, picks him up, backbreaker to a heel pop. As Ray's getting up, Helms sets him up, super kick, Ray gets under it, sends him into the corner, rolls through for a near fall, tags back in Sydal, who comes back in, big drop kicks, hits a catapult on Helms, corner drop kick, sends it back in for that Sydal runs in for another corner splash, but Helms is ready for him, hops up to the second rope, hits a sunset flip drop onto Sydal as he's coming in for a near fall, and as Sydal gets up, boom, super kick, 1, 2, Sydal kicks out to a big pop, Helms gets him ready, Nightmare on Helm Street, boom, 1, 2, Ray makes the save, in comes Kidman, and the fight is on, we got a big old brawl, ends up on the outside, Helms on the outside, Sydal with a big splash, then Kidman comes with a baseball slide on Sydal, then Ray comes in with a big old dive to the outside, and all 4 men are down on the outside, and we got a big old fight on the outside, but eventually, Ray gets in first, with Kidman. Kidman picks him up, riding bomb. Kidman picks him up, Kid Crusher, 1, 2, Ray gets his foot on the ropes. Kidman is pissed, so he picks him up for the Kid Crusher again, but Ray picks him up into a actual electric chair drop. Kidman turns that around into a hurricane attempt of its own, but Ray Jr. actually hits a big powerbomb on Kidman to a huge pop. As you can powerbomb Kidman when you're Ray Jr., Ray sends him into the rope, into the corner, goes for the 619, but as he's whipping around for the 619, Helms is on the outside and kicks him, and Ray Jr. falls to the outside. Big old 2-on-1 as Sydal's taken out. Kidman and Helms back in the ring, picks Ray Jr. up, double suplex, and then they set him up. Boom! Nightmare on Helm Street. Into the Kid Crusher. 1, 2. Matt Sydal out of nowhere with a 450 onto both men to break up the mirror fall. Things break down again. And eventually, it's all going wild here. All 4 men, nobody knows who the legal man is. Ray Jr. comes off the ropes. Springboard, Hurricanrana onto Kidman. Kidman up top. Slap Matt Sydal up top. Shooting star press. 1, 2, 3. Ray and Sydal retain the titles over Legendary. 93. Sydal gets a 73. Ray gets a 94. Helms gets an 89. Kidman gets a 91. Really good match. Let's see here. Yeah. And post-match, Ray and Sydal celebrates to a 67. And now it's time for our main event. As first, of course, comes out Monty Brown, the alpha male. The man who's been dominant here since arriving at WCW. Your women's side identified by Judas Mesias has been basically unstoppable. And then out comes your world champion, AJ Styles, to a big pop. He's been the world champion since Starrcade, but now he faces perhaps his toughest test, the alpha male, Monty Brown. And right from the start, something seems off. Everything AJ does just gets waved off by Monty Brown. AJ goes right on offense from the start, knowing he has to be the man on offense. So he actually comes in, and as things are, as soon as the bell rings, he comes in and just rushes at Monty Brown. Two punches, kick to the thigh, spin back fist, discus lariat, and Monty Brown kicks out at 1. Hits him with a quick running knee, goes for the springboard DDT, but Monty Brown catches him and throws it away. AJ, runs through again with a big Pele kick after hitting a drop kick, Pele kick in the corner, and he comes in with another one. Monty Brown pushes him off, and AJ takes the bump again. Monty Brown, goes for the big old brawl. Monty, then, throws around some big suplexes. exploder suplexes, and actually locks AJ into a bear hug right in the middle of the ring. AJ fights out of it, hits a couple, big old punching moves, goes for a DDT, drops it, goes off the ropes with a springboard Frankensteiner for a near fall, but Monty Brown kicks out again at 1.5. He picks him up for a suplex. Of course, Monty Brown laughs that off and throws him away. Monty Brown, as he's coming in for another attack, AJ's lucky with a couple quick punches, hits him with a running knee, goes the outside, phenomenal forearm, but Monty Brown catches up and boom, sends him into the ropes, and then sets down, boom, alpha bomb for a near fall. AJ gets up slowly. Monty's Brown ready for him. Pounce! No, AJ gets out of the way, and Monty actually hits the corner, and it looks like AJ has the opportunity here. Monty's slowly getting up. Boom! Phenomenal forearm. Boom! Moonsault into the DDT. Boom! He picks him up. Boom! Styles Clash. Turns him over. 1, 2, kick out. Huge pop. As, AJ gets up. Goes to rush him again, but Brown's ready for him. Picks him up. Boom! Alpha bomb. AJ slow to get up. Boom! Pounce. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Monty Brown is your new world champion. Unfortunately, I knew they weren't going to click, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Monty 68, AJ 74, match overall 72. It is what it is. I really did think this would be maybe like high 70s and that'd be fine, but unfortunately, shit happens. But hey, it is what it is. Monty Brown is your new world champion. I'm blaming this more on the, bad chemistry as far as anything with either guy. But in the end, Monty Brown takes the title, holds it up as the alpha male era has begun. Overall, 81. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that the main ended that way. Is what it is. So RVD, sorry for injuring you. Who else did a lot better? Honestly, Matt Sydal, good job. And just because, Chuck, you actually did a great performance despite being, losing. Here you are. So yeah, kind of an unfortunate pay-per-view there because with the main event, but, Monty's the champion, which is where I wanted to get to. This honestly makes me ask some questions as far as my future booking, but it is what it is. We'll have to figure that out at some point. Might have to do some shenanigans. But yeah, it's unfortunate that they don't click. I mean, that's something. For some of these bad chemistries that don't make sense, I might do some rolls once you move into TEW9 to sort of get rid of them. Just because otherwise that makes no sense. And also, I'm as far as when we change to TEW9, I'm just gonna be honest. If they've had a match before and they have a new bad chemistry, I'm just going to ignore it and change it because that makes no sense. Anyway, let's see here. We have Shane Helms. Great. Okay. I mean, yes, I know. Okay, I'm sorry. Medical. Oof. Oh boy. Okay. Spoiler alert time. Van Dam was going to win the Mayhem tournament, and now I need to totally fuck up and change my booking. Oh my god. Shit. Shit. That's unfortunate. Wow. Okay. I mean, look, that's on me for wanting to do the, that was me undoing the bump. Anyway, let's look at some titles. So, oops, that's some teams, some titles. Your new U.S. champion, Shelton Benjamin. Leppan's runs ends after 3 months. Solid stuff. Your Women's World Champion is still Alexander. Women's World Tag Team Champions are still Mayhem and Busic. World Tag Team Champions are still Ray and Sydal. And your new World Champion, ending AJ Styles' reign, is Monty Brown. So let's look at first just some guys. Okay, AJ. Did you lose any popularity? I've lost a couple points, but that's not the end of the world. Let's see here. All that Alexander. Did you gain anything for getting the big win on pay-per-view? Couple points. Can't complain. Let's see here. Kidman, how are you doing, buddy? yeah, I mean, you are where you are. Let's see here. Looking for other people. Palumbo, did you lose any popularity for jobbing to Kurt? I hope not. Nope, you are what you are. Don Frye, did you lose any pop by jobbing to Kanyon? I don't think you did. No, okay, you are where you are for like basically the last year. Gail Kim, did you recover any popularity? Okay, yeah. So she's basically back where she was at the beginning of the year. If you saw a name there, ignore it. Jeff, okay, buddy. How are you doing? Oops, that's your match history. I'm sorry. Your pop-wise. Okay, I know I've killed your pop. Yeah, you were at basically in October. I've killed you over the past year, so that's something I need to rebuild. Let's see here. Judas, did you, again, match history, not popular. There we go. 79. Okay, I mean, that might be his pop cap, unfortunately. Kanyon, 90. Okay. Okay, that might be his pop cap, or it might just be like he didn't get enough big enough win. Angle, yeah, Angle I think is, yeah, he's up a couple points. Great. Did Jinrak gain anything from beating Hardy? Let's see here. No, but 75.5 I think is pop cap. Matt Sydal, did you get anything out of beating two great? Okay, yeah, big jump there. There we go. All right. Monty Brown. Okay. Again, it seems like 84 might be his pop cap. Good news is we have a whole new game for some new pop caps, which might hurt us and help us. Let's see here. Anything else of note? Leppan. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Ray Jr. is still super over. Shane Helms. Yeah, Shane is another guy who we probably need to rebuild. Shelton, though. Shelton. Yeah, Shelton. Shelton's been getting the mega push since he showed up, and he's immediately got up to it, so he's great. And I think that's all we really need to care about. Yeah, that's it. Everybody else is either not on TV, so there we are. So yeah, next up is Mayhem. Of course, that's our big tournament. And as you just saw, my main guy who I was going to have to win the whole thing just went up and got injured. So I have to do some thinking here. So we'll see what happens on Friday. But regardless, voting the mid-year awards. And, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. That's part of your channel for, of course, this series until we do the turnover to TEW9 on TEW 2020. My pick for Steel Wrestling on TEW9. And who knows what else might pop up. But that's all for now. So talk to you later. And adios. Have a good one.